So we are back on the Mana Symbol channel. We're playing a little bit of this hotness from fantastic competitive player UMAD. So what is this? This is a Grixis Indomitable Creativity through the Breach deck. So it is both playing Indomitable Creativity, which is X red, red, red for a sorcery that destroys X target artifacts and or creatures. For each permanent that is destroyed this way, its controller will flip through their deck until they hit an artifact or creature and put it directly onto the battlefield. It will not pass go, and it will not collect $200. This deck is using that to turn either tokens from Dwarven Mine or tokens from Prismari Command into Emrakul the Aeons Torn. Everyone's favorite spaghetti monster. Yay, Emrakul. Yes, I suppose it is moored, although I would imagine the idea involves sideboarding out the creativities whenever you sideboard in the Soul Guide Lanterns. So one would assume that's matchups like Dredge. Although I don't, yeah, I guess Dredge makes sense. Yeah, I haven't gone over this deck list in great detail yet. In terms of the particular choices, I think the main deck was the thing that was most exciting to me, most drew me to this deck list. So I am exploring all the different ways you could splash other colors for cards that make your blue-red through the Breach deck a little bit better. And black is an interesting option. Now, I don't know if I would go this heavily onto the black removal spells as UMAD has done, but it's certainly a pretty good way to hedge yourself against blue-red and red-white prowess, which come out swinging unbelievably early and unbelievably fast, as well as Jund Shadow. It's not going to hurt you against Heliod at all. One of the nice things about having all these extra removal spells in your deck is because you're playing Prismari Command and Valakut Awakening, you have ways to select past these cards in order to get to your combo or in order to get rid of cards that you do not need. And because we are playing the Dwarven Mine style deck, we've got Indomitable Creativity, which should give us the sort of redundancy with Through the Breach that a reduction in card selection shouldn't be a problem for us to get to the end of the game where we need to be. Yeah, so Mord mentioned our graveyard hate is Soul Guide Lanterns. I don't love that with Indomitable Creativity because I've done that before and it doesn't normally work out, although sometimes it does. Sure. We've got Anger of the Gods in the sideboard, so Soul Guide Lantern, Anger of the Gods, and I assume Aether Gust would all come in against Dredge, and then you'd probably drop Indomitable Creativity and like the Terminates, something of that nature. So I'm not sure how the boarding against Dredge is going to go, but I think overall this deck is well set up for Modern, although my feeling is that perhaps we're a little soft in terms of what we have to deal with control decks. We will see if that is the case as we go through the league here. It's entirely possible that Through the Breach plus Creativity as a backup plan is enough. But we'll find out. I think Dispel in the sideboard is a good choice since we don't have access to Veil of Summer. We've got 3 Mystical Disputes, so there's obviously an amount of respect for control decks, but I'm not sure how clean the plan is. Like, I guess we're probably bringing Cleansing Wildfire against most control decks because we need to take out like 4 Fatal Push and 3 Terminates. Talking about like the hard control decks, but I don't know. I guess things like Esper and Blue-White and Blue-Black are not particularly popular right now, but that could easily change. And of course, playing Creativity deck means you cannot play Snapcaster Mage. So, all right, hand looks rock solid. We're against the Luris deck, so this is pretty much like just a great curve. Got almost everything I need right here. Opponent mulls to 6. Okay, maybe I have too many Dwarven Mines. Just a scotch. Oh no! It's a Lurrus deck, but it's the Spike BTL control deck. Damn it, Modern. All I want to do this league is play against nothing but prowess decks and see if this setup actually works. I mean, at least that doesn't hit anything. Lurrus Tron once. What payoffs could they even play? Like, I know you're memeing, but like what payoff cards? Ballista. Okay. And Stonecoil. That makes sense. Torment of Hailfire? I mean, yeah, but that's just Blacktron, right? I'll just take that. Do they not have a land, or are they just roying me hardcore? Damn it. Well, you don't have to play the Ballista off the Lurrus, and you can crank it afterwards, right? So it's not like that's a total non-bow. Oh, yeah. Yes, please. I would like that card right now. You could also play just like, not Lurrus Tron. I mean, that is an option. You won't be anywhere near as cool, though, Roy. Like smoking cigarettes. It just makes you cooler. All right. We're not jamming here because they have all their mana open and I only have a Remand at the moment. We have to build up a little more interaction than this. If we had had that a turn earlier, we could have been ready to go, but they picked a relatively okay spot to put the Lurrus in their hand. No Archmage's Charm at that end of turn makes me pretty happy. And creativity for Emrakul in this matchup is something you have to be careful about because they can Valky your Emrakul. That is a card I want. Yep. Yes, it is. That is not a card I wanted. Looking for lands. Yeah, like those. I guess I'm discarding this Lightning Bolt. Like, I don't love that, but, beggar not chooser over here. I'll take it. I'll take it. Bloop. It's a Dwarven Mine world, baby, and we're just living in it. Beggar chooser. That's a cute split card. What are they doing with this? Gonna bounce a land? This is cryptic, right? Like it has to be. They bounce a dwarf. Yeah, all right. Did they just play 4 mana, draw a card? They did, right? Like, essentially. Because the dwarf didn't really cost me anything. That's fun. My opponent played 4 mana, draw a card. It's not the most impressive play. So currently I can Indomitable with a Remand backup if I choose a treasure, or 2 Remands as backup if I choose the Dwarf. Um, which I don't think is actually good enough. If I had the 2 dwarves, no, I still wouldn't be able to target both of them and have 2 Remands. So unfortunately, I think we're just gonna have to continue on the road of just like miniature dwarf beatdown. I had 4 mana, isn't going right for a card. What about Glacial Fortress, Pulsar? The Ixalan one. Just because the previous one is like kind of blah. The Ixalan checkland arts in general are just phenomenal. Like A plus plus plus. The drowned catacombs with all those sunken pirate ships is just awesome. Yeah. I really, really appreciate the drowned catacombs. Okay. No. Just having the 1 blue is kind of sucky right now. This deck would kill for some triomes. Well, it's not necessarily like bad, right, Roy? Like if Glacial Fortress was like foreboding in the other version, then I might be more enthusiastic about it, but it's not. It's just kind of flat. Like it doesn't look like a fortress. It looks like a glacial plains. Like a tundra. It looks like a tundra. That's what it looks like. Which is fine, but not it's not like a glacial fortress. They have a cling. Womp womp. They also have 9 cards in hand. Okay, they did find a land. You're not going to tell me I was wrong, are you, Roy? I stand by my comments. Stand by my commentary. Those were facts. All right, fine. We'll draw more useless removal. I don't have to keep it. Clean up, clean up. Everybody clean up. Right, who wants some? To put some points in my drinking skill. So are they going to use removal here, or are they going to use the snap body? They're getting Archmage's Charm. So they're going to use the snap body. Crap. Maybe I can shyster them. They didn't take the bait. Okay, so we are gonna remand their Archmage's Charm out of the graveyard, so like we get to go up a card, and they didn't, but I lost the card off the lightning bolt anyway, so this is generally looking really bad for us. Although we could find a breach and just be good to go, so who knows. Oh crap, that's my last Dwarven Mine. One of them's in my graveyard. Well, we do have a bunch of treasures in play, so... Why? Why is this... What is happening to me? Boo. God damn it. Why is the spike deck so good? Yeah. You got whatever you want. Is this not Snapcaster Mage? Okay, it is. Jeez Louise. Mm-hmm. Would bounce my dwarf and draw a card. About a dwarf, so I don't have any more pressure anymore against the draw go all 2-for-1 control deck. And they still have the Lurrus in their hand, and if they sort of take the bait on the fact that I've been discarding a lot of my removal spells and they just jam their Lurrus here, I'm going to be in big trouble very fast. Although they don't have any relevant instants and sorceries in their graveyard for Snapcaster Mage, but they do have a Mishra's Bauble, so I think this game might be over too. I mean, as I said, this deck is poorly set up to beat control in game one, and I don't know how well our sideboarding is going to fix that. Which is fine. Like, that's not necessarily a problem, but it is a concern. I mean... Right. I would like 2 Emrakuls, please. Dos. Por favor. Tap too much mana. Do it. You won't, coward. You're not wrong, Roy. Believe you me, that was part of my thought process. It wasn't. It's super not relevant. Why do they have a 2-mana hard counter? Why is this a thing? I mean, to be fair, they're taking forever on a lot of the stuff they're doing, so we're definitely massacring them on clock. Well, massacring is a strong word, but we're winning on clock. How do you propose I do that, Roy? We are out of land drops. So I've got 2 treasure and 2 lands, which is a total of 4 mana. which means I will have 0 targets for the creativity. Yeah. Well, you don't just need to tap them, you need to sacrifice them. So technically I can actually put the Indomitable Creativity on the stack, stacking the treasures to pay for it. But it's not going to go well for me. But it is legal. It is a legal game action. I mean, it's fine. This is the point of the game where they're going to win. Like, we drew the wrong half of our deck early, and, like, we're here now. Roy was confused. He hurt himself in his confusion. This is correct. Where is your god now, kitty cat? Terminate. Doo-doo-doo. Where's your god now? Did it die? What? Wild. Alright, well. Guess I'll make him take more time to kill me. Roy painted. I had the giant cookies from Planta. I don't know what Planta is, so I doubt it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They could almost cast an Emrakul off my deck. They just got a Through the Breach off my... Ah, what a tilt. And they got a Bring to Light off their own deck. That's so not okay. Come on. That's crap. Alright. Come on, deck. Bro, there's no point in putting an Emrakul to play off the creativity one. I do have 12 mana, so I'm like shockingly close to being able to cast the Emrakul in my hand, but not. And that Breach in Exile that they can cast is taunting me. So next turn they can downtick their Tibalt, and then we're basically just toast. But that's all right. Planta is a restaurant chain that serves food that's plant-based. Oh, interesting. I am not surprised. I do not know what that is. In the game log right now, it says Ryurgen casts Ryurgen. How can I pop this out? I know you can do it. Then I'll come back. My opponent just cast themselves. I don't know what it means. It's going all right, Retro Wizard King. Having a bit of a medium run against one of the spike decks, but otherwise doing quite well. We're playing a deck that is not good against a control deck, so you'd love to see that. Did they just exile a Cryptic Command? They sure did. Well, that's fun. No, I'm glad we're all here together in this moment. Yep. They just exiled an Emrakul and there's a Through the Breach. Not that they can do anything with that, like that doesn't work. But they did. They could through the breach like a Snapcaster Mage out of their hand, or our win con is Patience. Yeah. You have a Cryptic you could be playing there. But whatever. Sure. All right. Let's see how long it takes them to kill us here with this downtick. I'm genuinely curious. They bolt me? Oh there's enough bolts. Ha, that's funny. Never mind. It's not gonna take them long at all. That's funny. I'm surprised they found the kill me line when they took so long to do everything else. Opponent? There's another bolt there. Like, I don't know why you... Yeah. There's another bolt there, dude! Oh no, that's the one that's in exile. Sorry, my exile. That's the one in exile from their force. That's funny. Oh, that's so funny. But there was enough Prismari commands. But they need to do the other mode. Okay, no, they created a treasure. All right. They don't. It took them a minute though. All right, so mystical disputes. Man, Aether Gust. Oh, Dispel is great. So terminate out. I think we can keep some of the fatal pushes. Nah, I probably shouldn't though. It's just not for just Luris and Snapcaster mages. I guess Cleansing Wildfire is like not the worst against. Oh, so well no, because I'm keeping in the Indomitables. Before anyone asks about Aether Gust, it only hits Bring to Light out of their deck, so I don't think it makes any sense to bring that in. Cleansing Wildfire may not be great here, but they do play a bunch of Triomes, and so and cutting them off of their red mana is not insignificant. All right. Hand's not perfect, but Prismari Command hopefully smooths it out. The Indomitables. Well, that's just phenomenal, Roy. Is there anything good on 2 I could end up wanting to play? No. So maybe we just go tap Steam Vents. I mean, maybe Remand, but... Okay, we're looking for Mystical Dispute, Dispel. Okay. Nope. So does this mean they have a Force Negation in hand? I mean, they're going to have to 2-for-1 themselves for it, so... I'm going to jam here, like 100%. Because the danger with Indomitable Creativity is when they have like cheap removal in their hand, and then they also get to save their counter magic for the spells that matter for counter magic, like Through the Breach or other other good cards, but yeah. Huh. Interesting. Let's go! What do you got? Prepare to command to tap it, and then bring to light for Valky? Oh, you got losing. Good choice. Good choice. All that because they didn't want to let Prismari Command resolve. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. The Indomitables, starring Sylvester Stallone. You Emrakul, you big Eldrazi. You get over here, I'm gonna punch your lights out. Any response from Emrakul? Exactly the kind of response we would assume that we'd have from a champion. You've seen very little by Stallone. Rocky 1, if it has any interest to you, Rocky 1 is a very odd movie. It's got some moments that people don't seem to remember ever happened. It's just it's just a weird movie. It is it's not, I mean, it's good. I mean, maybe it's even great, I don't know, but it's an odd movie. Looking to be a little land-starved opponent. Do they not have their second land? It has to be. Yeah, I could tell. I've been there too many times. Well, that is a Rocky movie. I won't tell you which one in case you ever watch them. They're a fun drinking beer, having a good time kind of movie to watch, but not that good. Hot Seas. That's just rude. Someone dying happens in Rocky 3. Yeah, background noise for Sasha's Fest. That is an accurate description. Bye through the breach. Maybe Emrakul. It's okay, we'll just draw the other one. God damn it, this art is so good. All right. So I think I want both these lands, but I think I'm only going to keep one because I'm assuming I'm going to draw another one. And I guess I'm discarding the second Prismari Command because, like, I have had... Like, I still have Valakut Awakening for a selection if I want to go down that road. Is that Braveheart on Prismari Command? If an Orc Sorceress is Braveheart, then yes. So that's Routha? On the left is the Djinn, who's the Dean of something. On... I don't know who the other three are. That is the worst, right, Jiggy? When they don't do any fetching and they go Tron land, Tron land, Tron land, nothing, second tower Ulamog, and you're like, what? Why is that legal? Yeah, yeah. It's a tremendously big pain in the ass. It really is. Ooh, Mord. You okay, buddy? You got Sam Black to play Enigmatic. What happened to you? Because you seem to be in such fine fetter. High-spirited. "17 mulligans in 3 rounds. Yikes. That's a big woof. Current me did the dishes. Took a while. Yeah, good job, current you. I'd really rather you didn't, though. Stop it. Hmm. Well, that could be something. What is that? I mean, do it. Whatever you're doing there, opponent, please do that. It's okay, buddy. It's good to take a break. Another option is always try playing different decks. That's part of one of the joys of having this channel and always feeling motivated to play different decks is nice. But I've taken multiple breaks, like even just a couple days, or play different formats, or play other games. You know. Okay, am I jamming a creativity here? I feel like I am. Oh, you did? Okay. Mulled to 2 playing Tron. Well, I mean, I feel like Tron is the right deck to get away from mulliganing. But I feel you, brother. Yeah. Triple surgical? What? What's up, Zandy? The Lawson Zandy Mandy. Oh, what is that doing there? Oh, no. Oh! I was not ready for that. What a tilt. Yeah. Light up the stage, Lavidart, Lavidart. Yeah, that is definitely a thing that can happen to you. Oh, decay. Now they're gonna kill my dwarf token. No, they can't. What are they trying to cast for 2 mana? Don't understand. I mean, I don't know if you were here for the end of last league, Mord, but I got bulldozed by Jund Shadow. Like, it was not... Neither game was competitive. They were just like, discard, Hex Drinker, discard, Scourge the Skyclaves, kill you. And I was like, okay, sure. I guess we're not playing any Magic here. All right, fine, draw your cards. You have to. Freaking nerd. I can't dispute. Well, I hope this resolves. Huh, it resolved. Pretty sure I should dump one of these Emrakuls. Feels kind of crappy because all this nonsense is going to shuffle back into my deck, but gotta do what you gotta do. Listen, opponent, I don't mind you winning this game, but could you at least win it a little quicker? Jesus. Just... Poquito. Por favor. Más rápido. Now they can't into the story us for cheap pro play. Yeah, it's game 3, but still, like, I am not a super fast player, and I'm up 7 minutes. Like, if I'm ever up by this much, something's gone horribly wrong. And they lost game 2 in about a second. Like, it was hilariously fast. It was a non-game. For some reason, they decided to counter my end of turn Prismari Command on turn 4, and I just put a dwarf token into play and turned it into Emrakul, and they scooped. So... Seriously? That sucks. It resolves. Horribly awry. Yeah. Did you know Mystical Dispute was inspired by filing for comp on Moto? I didn't. It's funny, I read the entire article about the development of Throne of Eldraine by Melissa DeTora, and didn't come up. Amazing. Slow motion? Ryan the Donk Smith was back playing some Ad Nauseum today after its great turn. Okay, here's the card they were gonna play the other turn. God, what a tilt. Yeah, I know, but they're just gonna take out my breaches now. Well, they should take out my breaches. They're probably gonna take out the Emrakuls. Yeah, they take out the Emrakuls. That is definitely wrong, but. Pony, you shouldn't be playing that. Actually, I can almost win this game right now. I almost have enough damage. It's pretty funny. Like, they might not time out because I might just kill them. Who needs Emrakul? We got this. Do we have 15 mana producing lands? Technically, if we don't, we have treasure tokens. I think we probably have 14 because we have 10 fetches and 1 Valakut Awakening, so technically there is 15. So because I'm going to remand, we can let this part resolve. Unless they could get something uncounterable here, but yeah, they didn't. They just got the thing they were supposed to get. So if I can help it, I'm just going to kill them, which is very, very close to happening. So you have force negation? Do they have force negation? They do. Okay. Makes a little more sense. They conceded. They egoed my Emrakuls and then they conceded. All right. Well, I think against a more experienced player, we would have lost that. I'm happy we won. I'm not happy it took forever. But I think it did show off the distinct weakness that this build has to sort of hard control, Drago control. And then the game we won was like, okay, like you can still just combo them out of nowhere, but you just have to jiggy wiggy no fear jam. Or
eat the pudding, 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 eat the pudding.
Okay.
And then we got to get to work.
All right, let's rock on. Spawn going for the 5-0. All right, who wants to Dream Crush? Who wants to Dream Crush? Because this hand can do it. This hand can do it in a hurry. Okay, Dredge or red-green mid-range? Or maybe Heliod. Or maybe Burn. Dredge, okay. This actually should suck for us, so they should get their 5-0. Which, you know, kudos to them. I'm all for it, but I would prefer some close games. Hey, last match was close. They could have, you know, they definitely could have won that if they had been playing at a reasonable pace. Opponent goes for the Max the Narcomoeba / Prized Amalgam line. Call me old-fashioned, but what I really want to see when I play some Magic the Gathering is close, good matches. Both teams play hard. Well, that's just the way I was raised. Damn! They're at 16. Their life total's bungee jumping all over the place. They're going to mill at least, or they're going to, mill at least 8. Now 12. They didn't get anything back this turn. That's wild. So all the black cards in my main deck are removal that I don't want to play right now. So I think I'm just going to get the second Steam Vents in case I draw more card selection. Okay, so this means I can fetch a mountain and... No, it doesn't help me. Not really. The size of the graveyard they're working with here means we're probably just Donzo. They flip Narcomoeba. No. No. Oh, there's one prized amalgam coming back. Okay. I do have a lightning bolt to deal with that and or the Ox of Agonis that's coming in, but still no creeping chills. That's really, really lucky. But they are going to dredge like another 15 this turn. Go down to 9 cards in the library on turn 3. So we could literally die because they could go triple or quadruple creeping chill plus quadruple bloodghast. Although I think a lot of the decks are not on for bloodghast right now, but we'll see. Back in the 90s, before Spaghetti Monster, we had reasonable cards like Channel Memory Jar and Time Spiral. What is that supposed to be to the tune of Larry Legend 420? Way, way back in the 1980s, secret government employees dug up famous guys and ladies, made amusing genetic copies. Now the clones are sexy teens now. They're gonna make it if they try. Theme song to my favorite cartoon of all time. Well, The Simpsons is more my favorite, but... Clone High managed to not put out a single tune of old fogies complaining. Got it. Back in my day, before Spaghetti Monster, we had reasonable cards like Channel, Memory Jar, Time Spiral, Ancestral Recall, and creatures were better too. Grizzly Bear, Shivan Dragon. What's the Kobolds of Karakeep? You watched Invincible over the weekend. How is that? It looked like something I would enjoy, but never got around to it. Okay, so I've got Bolt plus Terminate, which means I'll take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'll go to 3. And then they'll conflag me out of the game. So we're just dead here. On the draw versus Dredge. Just annihilated. Which is fine. Okay, so as far as I can tell, the way the sideboarding is supposed to go here is we're taking out creativities, probably a chunk of terminates and fatal pushes, bringing in Soul Guide Lanterns, Gusts, Anger, and then I guess Cleansing Wildfire. Maybe I'm supposed to keep the terminates. It doesn't seem right, but... Cleansing Wildfire is at least a cantrip, though. But Dredge has got to be one of the worst matchups that we could run into with this version of this deck. Really? I'm surprised to hear it was brutal. From the marketing, I was like, oh, it's going to be like kind of tacky and cheesy and dumb. So this is the kind of hand we kept last game and got horribly sacked keeping. We are on the play, but without Prismari Command, I'm just going to ship this, I think. The music was really good. Okay. There we go. That's the hand. That's the hand. Don't have enough lands to start with, but hopefully that'll be okay. I was supposed to play the... Yeah. Supposed to play the Soul Guard Lantern this turn. Not because it's important from the perspective of what I can exile, but that I can't have Soul Guide Lantern plus Aether Gust next turn. For some reason, my brain fixated on the fact that I didn't want to waste the exile off Soul Guide Lantern, but by and large, that's just not relevant. And I shouldn't have worried about it. Sorry, I don't play with this card enough sometimes. It's not a good excuse, but that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. All right, so rather than throw a bad decision on top of another, they flip Ancient Grudge. Well, if they tap out this turn and I get to Aether Gust it, then I get to get rid of the Ancient Grudge that would have been able to kill the Soul Guide Lantern or force the action in the Soul Guide Lantern. So maybe this actually works out. We'll see. Depends on how much they hit here and if they play a Cathartic Reunion or a Thrilling Discovery this turn, which we can basically assume that they're going to. They do not. That's upsetting. Although, we can just go Shock Steam Vents. Play the Soul Guide Lantern, target the Grudge. When they play it, exile their graveyard. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. I know what this game's about, opponent. Or at least I think I do. Shot. Shishisha. Yikes. Actually, it's fine. It's just a prize amalgam. If I need my soul guided, I'm gonna need a GPS. The lantern's not gonna cut it. Duly noted, Mr. Maple Syrup. Oh, it's just alarm. Yeah, that's fine. Alarm. No problem. Magic guys I listen to have been saying Dredge isn't great right now. New cards, but tons of hate. Well, that's the classic Dredge conundrum, right? Like, Dredge is only the best when people aren't expecting it to be good. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, I want that card in my hand. Yes, please. God is angry. God is very, very angry. I mean, but again, Dredge is as good as it's ever been, and what matters to your performance as a Dredge player more than almost anything else is how much Dredge hate are your opponents packing. Yeah, that's okay. That's how we're doing this apparently. All right then. Oh. Yeah, all right. Survey says wee. Get him, Ma. What? Come on now. No, that's fair. Well, when I drew the double Remand, I was like, oh, I guess it's gonna be like this. But then the deck was like, no, I got you. We got this. And then we did. It was good. All right. Yeah, generally the worst thing that can happen to Dredge is that it can become popular. Dredge is the counterculture deck. Dredge is only cool when Dredge isn't cool. And if Dredge is ever cool, it's powerfully uncool. Dredge is Marge. I'm not good in the meta, kids, right? And that's what makes me good in the meta. I mean, I think that's possibly okay, Larry Legend, although I'd probably want Fatal Push more, now the more I think about it, just because it's more mana efficient. Because the reason I like the Wildfire is at least it's a cantrip. Like, I'm not counting on the land destruction part to be relevant at all, just the fact that it's going to draw me closer to my combo. Well, the hand has the combo. Something tells me I should not keep it, though. Opponent keeps their 7. Okay, so that is one of the incredibly tilting things about the new variations of Dredge, by the way, is that they keep their 7s all the goddamn time. I'm keeping this 6, not because it's good, but because I cannot imagine that I successfully mulligan to something that actually is. Wow, that was good. Well, don't mind me. Just gonna be over here trying to get my foot out of my mouth. But this was the kind of draw that I was counting on for this hand to be okay. Because, like, we've got Through the Breach and Emrakul, so, like, in theory, if we just hit lands, we can do what we need. And I was like, well, maybe we'll draw some playable cards that keep us in this game. Admittedly, my colors absolutely suck at the moment. No. This is thrilling, right? Good. All right. How good is it? Let's go! Come on, let's go! What if Steve Irwin was played by an elephant? Going on an adventure! Gonna find out about the people who founded this country. They were elephants, turned out. Turns out they were elephants all along. 1 Narcomoeba. That's what they got so far. $100% should do Aussie accent the whole time you stream. You could donate for that, Darth Combo. It has to be a deck that I think is going to be like a reasonably short league, like an hour, hour and a half. And I want to make it abundantly clear that I'm not trying to make fun of Australian people. I've worked with many Australian people, and they were all lovely. Well, lovely might be the wrong word, but fantastic human beings. Just A++. All right, we're getting closer. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's... Mm-hmm. Well, alrighty then. Alrighty then. Would that be more or less difficult than a Trump stream? Well, if I was going to do a Trump stream, I would, like, try to get some kind of orange concealer, and I would get my suit jacket out, and so that would be a lot more work. I'd do it, but it would be a lot more work. How much would an Aussie stream be? If I can choose the deck, let's say $10 USD. If you want to choose the deck, 25. So I'm willing to do it. Should I do the hair though? I'm already close enough on the hair. I got the balding patch, and I pretend I have more than I have. How's the list feeling? We played against BTL Luris control in round one, UMAD, and it was god awful. I won, but I shouldn't have. The other player was less than experienced, which I'm not saying the list is bad. I'm just saying I played against in what my mind is the worst possible matchup first. And technically I won, but it did not feel like I won. So you and this list are getting a good shout out in my article that I'm writing up for this week, you mad? And I like your list a lot, but I do think an entire lack of discard spells in the entire 75 and just the way you built it is super, super soft to like hard control, which is not necessarily a bad thing because hard control is a little less popular right now than it has been at other points, but still. Well, you're just a jerk, opponent. Okay. So I will exile their graveyard, though. We're counting this 5-0. I mean, I'm going to do very well here against Dredge, to be perfectly honest. I didn't think I was going to, but I think this game is going to work out really, really well. I got him in game 2 through some sort of mediocre sequencing. Not sure why they didn't Ox. I think it's because they were trying to game me, Larry Legend. Like, they went to end step and they're like, oh, they're going to let me get my amalgams back. If I play the Ox, they definitely won't, but if I get the amalgams back, they definitely will. And then, I don't know. Maybe they mind gamed themselves. That's my assumption, is they were trying to get clever with me getting clever, and then they punted. Larm, sure. So they've got 2 lands in their hand. The problem they're going to run into is they're not going to have enough lands in their deck. At all. In the dick. Dick. Not enough lands in the dick. Not enough cards left to kill me. And for clarity, if someone does donate for an accent stream, I'm not going to half-ass it. I'm going to go do my homework. Just go watch a bunch of streamers, watch a bunch of videos, make sure I got it all dialed in to the best of my ability. Whee! For 20 USD? Sure. What's the deck, though? Is it mildly playable, at least? How much for accent streams? If I choose the deck, let's say 10. If you choose the deck, 20, 25. So around there, you know what? If you are in a limited financial position, 20 would be fine. Because I'm agreeing to do one for 20. I don't want to like shaft people who've been here forever just because Darth Combo came up with the idea of pitching for it. Put some duress in there. That's a card. All right, we're about to put our opponent to 1. Maybe they'll close the gap for us. Nope. If you want to send me the updated list for me to include in the article, you mad, I'd be happy to do that. And just mention the fact that the list you played in the challenge was different, but you have made changes since then. Okay, they got a Narc of me, though? So they're currently dead on board because I have a second dwarf coming in. But if they have Thrilling Discovery or some way to get a Creeping Chill... Well, maybe. They can still win this, Larry, so don't count them as too sad yet. They're casting a Thug. Yikes. I mean, it would be funny, but I would do it. I would absolutely do that, Mr. Maple Syrup. Feel free to get yourself a cabal together. You could even use the Serum Visions Discord to network with each other, which I have a link for all you guys to join for free if you want to. Serum Visions Discord costs you $0, and you get to hang out with other awesome brewers like myself, Jiggy Wiggy, Brian the Artificer, and wonderful humans like Texas Toph and Grixisism and all sorts of wonderful brewers. Been spending most our lives hanging in the brewer's paradise. That's a parody I should do. Brewer's Paradise. Well, we were talking about the soul guides, you mad, because they mean that you have to cut, well, shit. So they're going to go to 6 here. But I can exile their graveyard again. 6 is not too bad. They have a Wooded Foothills in play. We'll see how this goes. I'm hoping this is a very large dredge, but yeah, it's looking pretty good. 7 to start with. There's a conflag in there. Yeah, we're definitely nuking this. Oh, there's 2 Creeping Chills in there? Oh, hell no. No, no, no. Denied! Hey, Big Ben with that 18 human being raid. What up, Doge?
You can run.
Hope things are going well.
Glide.
You're joining on the Tuesday night spaghetti fight. You like my cut? What cut? My shirt? My Lululemon exercise leisure wear? It's alright. Oh! Oh, it's so good! Thanks for the follow there, bud. Have you been, I like the cut of your jib. See, that one I like, but I appreciate that since I'm a sailor. Well, seaman. I used to make that joke on cruise ships during the safety briefing from time to time, because being authoritative and comedic is a great combination in order to get people to listen to you. Dream successfully crushed. True. True. Yeah, we did just dream crush a dredge player who was 4-0 with a deck that seems thoroughly unprepared. No, it's juicy. I'm the opposite. I'm in the let's say the commercial Navy. So I'm a cruise ship employee. Normally I'm a musician. That's why I've got a practice pad and drumsticks right next to me. Yeah, the Velomachus deck is actually quite good against dredge. Man, it's been a while since I've been practicing this. Yeah. Yeah, no. Not active any kind of military, and I unfortunately I don't think I could be. I mean, not unfortunately, I just don't think I could be. I don't have what's that stuff? Oh, sorry, what's the Homer quote? I don't have the right. What's that stuff? Because the right stuff was, of course, a movie about astronauts in that case. 5 color elementals they were last seen on today. Neat. Gumption. Yeah, that's a good word for it. Chutzpah. I like chutzpah. Can't spell it worth a damn. I think it starts CH. And I'm pretty sure there's a Z in there. Or Z for all you Americans. The Scrub in Scrubs is my opponent. Bop. Time for some bop, 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 bop rockin' boots. Yeah, Mr. Maple Syrup crushing it. CHUTZPAH. Or Z if you're singing the alphabet song. Which, even though Canadian, I firmly believe... Yeah, well, that was the pitch of this deck, in my opinion, you mad, is the fact that this is the only way to sort of guarantee... What do we got happening there? Hey, Darth Combo. There's that $20 donation. All right. I guess that's happening tomorrow. Gotta find myself a good semi-Australian hat. There was a message, I think, associated with that, but I can't see it for some reason. Can you link me the deck and then tell me if you'd prefer that at 8-ish or 11-ish tomorrow? And 8-ish or 11-ish tomorrow, and the deck list. Yeah, the deck and the time would be stupendous. Muscle Army is active duty Air Force. Which Twitch meme word am I supposed to use to describe my feeling about that moment? Well, opponent is getting the value. Risen Reef number 2 goes in their hand. That's a yikes. Yep. Well, this is getting out of hand. This is getting out of hand. Oh, wait, I have the quote. It's a little quiet, so you're going to have to pipe down. Pipe down, stream. Pipe down. Actually, I can turn it up for you. Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I have it.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them.
Soundboard for all occasions, my friend. It doesn't matter if you we are, oh my god, we are so very, very dead in this game 1. Turns out my deck that's all terminates and fatal pushes, etc. If you don't draw any of those, it's a little different. For some reason they wanted that last. Emrakul does not get there now. I do not believe so, no. I think technically we can still win this, so I'm going to stick in it for a minute, but Cavern of Souls just absolutely crushed us here. So I think this turn my plan is use Prismari Command to shock the Lightning Skelemental, I assume is going to enter the battlefield at some point, and then we are going to Emrakul them. Well, I have to also make a treasure this turn, Roy. So this turn is shock a creature, make a treasure. Assuming that I have to shock a creature, which I believe that I will. And then next turn is going to be a Through the Breach, and then the turn after we might be able to finish them off. Sure, yeah. Oh my god, yes. I'm so in. Alright, this is going to be a time tomorrow. Alright, nobody missed the stream tomorrow. None of y'all missed the stream tomorrow. I mean, anyone who needs to can, obviously, but I'm going to need a note from your parents. Does not attack with the Risen Race, so they fear the Snapcasters. All right. So next turn, I'm going to get hit by the Skelemental off of the Thunderkin Awakener, so that's something we need to be aware of. It's also possible we die if they draw the Teamer Omnath. Fulminator Mage! No! Oh my god. That's so unfair. We were already screwed, opponent. Jeez Louise. Alright. That's like kind of exactly what I needed. Okay, we're not out of this because I can Prismari Command to shock the Thunderkin Awakener they're gonna put in by fetching an island, and it is. God, that's such BS. Why is this happening? Oh, it's because we Dream Crushed the Dredge player and we beat the Luris BTL deck, which we did not deserve to win. All right. Fair shake, MTGO, but I would like to win game 2 and 3. All right. I'm fine with losing this one, but I would like to win the other two. That's all right with you. Seriously, do you have to optimally sequence against me? Is this necessary? Look at what you have here. Just jam your crap and try to kill me. You'll never die. Nobody's ever died before. Death is fake. Fake news. Tap both your Birds of Paradise. Do it now. Do it. Do it now. Come on. Yeah. Uh-huh. Jesus Christ. They are at 31 cards in library. Remember, folks, this deck we're playing against? What the hell is that? Whenever another creature you control dies, you gain 1 life. If that creature was an elemental, put a +1/+1 counter on over. What the hell? I have never seen them play this card before. That's crazy. Well, we're never, ever beating that card. Okay. No, they're gonna gain a small amount of life. We can't beat a small amount of life gain. No. Our deck with like 11 spot removal spells, we didn't draw any of them early and we died. Go figure. They did tap both their birds. Huh. Oh, this Flicker Wisp is going to target my treasure? I bet. Oh shit, they just made their Awakener bigger. So I can't kill this anymore. Okay, we're just dead. All right. I screwed up. Yeah, I know he's going to hit the token, but I didn't notice them making the Thunderkin bigger. Which means they can get the Skelemental back and there's nothing I can do about it. Oh, or they can just get the Fulminator Mage. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, this is okay. Yep, this is definitely fine. They sure did, Jig. Sure did. I just would like everyone to be aware, by the way, that this deck was essentially legal in Standard. Not only was this deck legal in Standard, this was designed in Standard. Like, this was made, basically, to be played in Standard in almost this form. Okay, we'll just skip it there. Pretend that I had something I could draw to. Well, say what you will, we died to something incredibly sweet. And we do have a good sideboard for this. So Aether Gust is good against pretty much everything they have, and Anger of the Gods is phenomenal. Just cut the Remands. And then one, probably an Opt. And honestly, we should be good to go with that. Creativity should be a really good path to victory here, assuming that we live long enough to draw it and a way to generate a dwarf token. And I do believe after that game, they really didn't have much of a good read on exactly what we were doing. If they were very astute, they might have noticed that we were only on shocklands that were mountains. But I think Grixis as a Dwarven Mine deck is relatively unknown. So it's possible we still get to conceal a good amount of information after game 1. They might not even have realized there was Emrakuls in our deck. They didn't see any Through the Breaches. They didn't see any Dwarven Mines. And Prismari Command is played by a wide range of blue-red decks. I don't think God's Shadow and like the true like hard control Grixis players are playing it, but they just saw our blood. That's the spirit! Bleed all over them! Get the blood in their eyes, and the second wave will finish them off. Say what you will about any of my accents, but I just watched Highlander. Highlander was a movie where Sean Connery was paid money to play a Spaniard who was originally Egyptian, and all he did was talk like Sean Connery. And he goes and meets a Scotsman played by Christopher Lambert, who just sounds like mixed European. Night, Big Ben. Have a good one, man. So, I mean, it was pretty good. You know, for a bad 80s movie, I thought it was very enjoyable. It's a little long considering how good it is. But the Kurgan was great. Turns out he's a voice actor who does tons of work. He's the go-to voice of Lex Luthor for DC. Which was kind of cool. Nothing, huh? Yeah, they were counting on that birds. Sometimes when you take the wind out of the sails of these rampy decks, they really suddenly look a lot more reasonable. Let's just draw the breach right now. Just bang. Breach. Breach. Breach! Close enough. Not really. It's not really close enough. Close enough. Skelemental? Nah. Ah! Not again! Ah! Why are they playing that card? I hate that card today. Good God. So tilting. So many decks are playing Fulminator Mage today. Why? There's no point in trying to kill it or anything. Just go draw and make a treasure. Oh, man. That's something. Why now? Why not before? Like, what? Yeah, sure, whatever. Mm-hmm. Sure. Okay. Okay. All right. Looks like we got him. Looks like we got him. Let's see. I'm still ready to get beat out of nowhere by something. Good draw, though. Mountain, 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 mountain. Good. Whee! One spaghetti. All right, opponent. What's your feelings on Italian for dinner? Uh-oh. Oh no, they have a plan. Stop it! They didn't concede, it means they must have a plan. Oh my god. Nonsense. Fuck off. You gotta be kidding me. Oh. I'm so upset. I had hope. I had hope. They didn't even have to tutor for it. Of course they didn't. Why would they? Why would they? If you didn't laugh, you'd just cry. Sorry, what? Do you have flash creatures? Or are they playing instants and sorceries of some kind? I don't know what's happening, but I don't like it. Coco? I wouldn't think so. Yeah. Yeah. That's fine. I was expecting that. Skelemental! Wait, before I go to combat. Aether Vial. Okay. Oh, that is tough draw. Just because if they have another Skelemental, I can't push it. If they have Thunderkin, I can push that, but they can veil the push, so just a little concerned about getting blown out there. Oh my god, it's a Shriekmaw! Oh no 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 no! Oh come on! I don't have a fetch land opponent. Kill my dwarf. Oh my god. I mean, I can kill that one, at least. But, like, I'm just going empty-handed. We're not fine with Image, Roy, because the Skelemental is still putting me on 0 cards in hand. So we're not fine with Image. We're not fine with any of this. We could top deck an Indomitable Creativity and still perhaps win the game, but I just feel like it's really unlikely. Like, going down to 0 cards in hand when all I needed to do was draw a breach and a land just is unbelievably crappy, especially after losing game 1, like in such a horrendous fashion. It does seem like it's a really bad matchup. It feels like it should be okay, but somehow it's just god awful. No, I know we can push the Image. We still end up losing our entire hand. Like, that doesn't mean we're okay with the Image. But we were almost just as poorly off. It's just the Skelemental was so much of a problem. Not having a problem with the Image doesn't really thrill me. Losing both the Emrakuls that were in my hand is like a big problem. So, yay, they're getting their grinding cards. Bye, Mr. Maple Syrup. Take care, buddy. Well, there's that land I needed forever ago. It does mean I can kill the Risen Reef as soon as it comes down, or whatever that's worth. So, in theory, they'll only get a card off of it. Sure, that's fine. I guess that being in their graveyard is not actually a big deal for them, so... Okay. This makes it slightly less likely that they... No. I wonder what that last card in their hand was. That's what I'm curious about at the moment. I'm also wondering why... Maybe it's the veil I've been thinking about. Nope, no veil. No, we still don't get to find out what this last card is. Is it another Shriekmaw? Guess it could be. Bone Crush. That's not fair. That's not an elemental. Boo. Oh my god, why? Oh man. Oh my god. Elementals deck just being a complete tool here. I mean, I guess it would have been worse if I had held the fetch land up and then gone for the dwarf and then gotten blown out like that. Like, that actually would have been considerably more annoying than what just happened, but good lord. Freaking elementals. Alright, well, I get the Emrakul. But, hilariously, I can't attack with it. Depends on what I draw. We'll see. But I can't use spot removal on the Bone Crusher. At all. So, we need to figure out something. Yeah, that's my feeling on the matter, Phoenix, and I'm gonna take that to the highest court in the land. Thank you very much. Yeah, so I can't use that. Could have attacked with the dragon? Oh, yeah, if we were playing Velomachus? Yeah, I understand. I mean, I agree with you. It's definitely the court of public opinion, exactly. All right, so if I attack with the Emrakul, though, they just go... They don't even need to save a bird to block. And yeah, we just can't. We just cannot. I need to draw another piece of spot removal. But even then, we're not there. What a strange game. You talking about my girl? It's an awkward staring, exactly. Well, don't worry. I'm an expert at losing these awkward staring contests. Okay, so I now have the 2 pieces of removal I asked for. And the question is, does that actually solve my problem? And the answer is no, because they're still at 17. I need to also find a shock. I mean, we're closer. These are quality Magic the Gathering cards I've picked up. This is one of the best games I've ever had to play. I guess I can gust that and buy a turn. Yeah. If I draw a fetch land, I'm like kind of okay to go. Because then I have a blocker for Bone Crusher. So that should be good enough. Yeah, okay. Just making sure the last Dwarven Mine is available. It should be. I don't see how it wouldn't be. So where did they put the voice? They put it on the bottom. Okay, well, we're going to attack here. If they have something to drop in off their Aether Vial, in theory, I can terminate that card. And then my Dwarf token takes me home off of the Scalding Tarn. I don't really care what they sacrifice here. The only thing that matters is, do they kill me on the crackback, or do I get to attack a second time with Emrakul? That's really all it comes down to. They sacrifice the vial. Interesting. And then take the hit. That's crazy. They can't possibly take the hit. They're going to block with a bird. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And remember, folks, if they try to kill us here, like legit, we're just going to terminate their Bone Crusher and go down like a hero. Doo-doo-doo. Cavern of Souls. Yeah, they had 1,000,000 mana last turn, so I can't imagine that's relevant. What? Do it! Bone Crusher! Going in! Alright. Which one of the dwarves that died in the Hobbit is this one? My dwarf went into battle with a full sequin nightgown. The goal was to blind the opponent with luxury. All right, we got through the game. Unreal. All right, going to game 3. We have Anger of the Gods in our deck, which at any point would have been insane. So, speculative hand got there, and we're rolling. We're still going. We can still pull off the 5-0 here. Still live, baby. Still live. All right. I think our setup's about as good as it's going to get. We really want turn 1 removal, turn 2 removal, turn 3 removal, turn 4 Emrakul. Yeah, it was, that was the game, dude. Let's see, turn 1 removal, turn 2 removal, turn 3 removal. Huh, that's like exactly what I said I wanted. Let's see if it's good enough. And they mulled to 6? All right. We're live for that 5-0, you mad. Roy. The deck whisperer. Ah, more removal! It's so good! Oh my god, their draw is awful. Alright, I'm gonna keep this, because if I start hitting lands that aren't... Oh my god. Well, now we have too many. The Deek Whisperer. Stumbling around over there. Drunk bastard. Drunk bastard? Bastard. You asked for removal, you got removal. Yo. Damn. Yo, man. Fetch Shock, Terminate. Actually, maybe I'm supposed to go Fetch Shock, Fatal Push? Yeah. Because the Terminates are live to destroy larger things, even if I don't have Revolt. I would like to hit a land here, please. Okay, that's fine. I wasn't picky. I'm not picky. Unwraps a Cadbury bar. Finds Fatal Push. Because I've got a golden ticket. I've got a golden twinkle in my eye. Alright. While I could use Terminate or Push here, I'm a little concerned that this is a Veil of Summer. So I'm not doing that. Because I would not like to be blown out and lose. Now, see... That's good. Not, well, we'll see. Please don't play Big Omnath. That draws you a card. That's not allowed. I would like all your cards to stop drawing you cards, please. I guess Thunderkin Awakener didn't, but... Birds. That's fine. You got it. Wait, really? What is happening over there? Maybe they're gonna try... Jesus. Maybe they're gonna try to overload my removal? Yeah. I didn't need this much removal. I needed land. I did say that I wanted to draw into Emrakul. Like, I specifically... Good lord. Sure. See, that takes 2 pieces of removal. Oh, I guess I have Anger. shit. What is that bringing back? Risen Reef? I think I have to let this happen, and then they'll draw one card, and then we anger. Yeah. I think that's the only line. It sucks a little bit, but like, it's not the end of the world. We can just push. Well, we could have, but the token would have been, yeah, you're right, Roy. But if I'm gonna anger, like, I'll let them have the. Oh, it dies in end turn. I don't know why I thought it was permanent, and then I thought the Skelemental was why it was dying at end turn. I should have done what you said, Roy. 100%. Well, we drew what we needed to, so. Whee! So, hopefully the one card I let them have isn't too relevant. Yeah, you're 100% right, Roy. I didn't see that line at all. Yeah. It's kind of bad, though, if they have another Thunderkin Awakener, they get the Risen Reef, which I... No, they would have been able to do that anyway. All right. All right. Tribal Rage. It's a really good hand. We can get the Emrakul in next turn. The only thing I want is if I possibly can find... Oh, I'm not playing Remand right now. Not that it would help me if I was. Okay. I can just terminate that. Or shock it with Prismari Command while putting in a treasure. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kill that and make the treasure. Just making sure I can do what I want to do. I guess if they have the veil that I was worried about, we get blown out, but like now it's kind of too late. Good thing we did have literally like all removal. Do I just jam this Emrakul into play? Like, is there any... There's no way I can play around the Shriekmaw and like, if they have it, they have it. They haven't been that deep in their deck. I don't know how many they're playing, but I think I have to just jam here. The longer I wait, the more... Yeah, I think they only run one or two as well. Well, the thing is, so the Square Mill, the reason I'm considering playing around it is only because at the moment I could just top deck a Breach and be good to go because I have an Emrakul in my hand. Whereas now that I've sacrificed the treasure, that line is more hoops to jump through. They also just get to hard cast the Shriekmaw if they have it and keep it. It's a 3/2 fear, which, I mean, I get to terminate it, but like then they get to keep the Mariner. It's like, yeah, we'll see. They didn't scoop, so apparently they're not dead, but maybe they're just counting on... I don't know what. All right, well. Go to combat. Sack this. Did it? I mean, it's on the stack. Bolt me. No? What if you didn't, though? Well, I just... Okay, we got him. And we're 3-0. As opposed to last league, though, where we were 3-0 and we hadn't dropped a game. Thanks to the follow, Guma Noob. Maya he, Maya who, Guma Noob. I don't know why. It just popped in my head. Yeah, this feels like a lot more of a struggle. But that was the first like creature deck we played against, and atypical to most of the modern creature decks, everything in their deck draws a card or is like a recursive engine. So the fact that we did end up winning that with a couple of questionable plays, like the Anger of the Gods turn, the turn before that, the removal I did. Yeah, this is probably a pretty good set. Again, I should have lost this match here against Luris BTL. The other player was just, yeah, you know. And we did get lucky against Dredge, but we had enough. I think your new setup is probably better, UMAD, because not having to take out Indomitables against Dredge is pretty good. Leyline isn't as useful against other decks as things like Nile Spellbomb or Soul Guide Lantern are, but I don't want to play Soul Guide Lantern or Nile Spellbomb in the sideboard of this deck because it's a creativity deck, and most of the graveyard-based decks I want to board those things in, like, I don't really want to go slower. I want to have the higher level of redundancy. We're on the draw against Desperado. Why don't you come to your senses? You've been out riding fences so long now. All right, if this is anything but an aggro deck, this song kind of, or this card, this hand kind of sucks. But other than that, Desperado, great songs, but it's a great song by the Eagles. Also, a good episode of Seinfeld has a running joke with that. God damn it, Rob Alexander. Why is this art so freaking gorgeous? Oh my god, we're getting old border fetch lands. Sorry, every time I think about it, it just makes me so freaking happy. Well, that sucks. Yeah, that really sucks. Well, I guess we're losing game one. Not 100%, but most likely. Maybe we top deck a Remand. If we top deck a Remand, it's very feasible. If they don't have turn 3 Tron, which is unlikely, but they did keep a 6, so it's possible. Yes. Wow. Okay. You know, I believe in miracles. Where you from? You sexy thing, you. Bow, 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 bow. Do 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 do. They could also be on the current popular build of Etron, which has like a bunch of worm coils and wow. Okay, a bunch of worm coils and Thrag Tusks. So their payoff this turn could be lackluster. I can shatter their map here. Yeah, that's definitely what we're doing. Yeah. We're going shatter map, make a treasure token, and just praying. Alright. Let's go. Let's flippin' go. Huh? Huh? Ah. What do you got? What do you got? Come on. Kill me. Kill me! Son of a bitch. Wait, Ugin? Is it actually Ugin? Voking Ballista? Yeah, that resolves. Hey guys, you think that's gonna be good enough? Anyone think that's gonna be good enough? I don't know, it's pretty good. I don't know if I can ever beat it. Spaghetti. Whee! Oh my god. Deck does not want to lose. This is going to be the first time we 2-0 someone. It's going to be this matchup. For some reason, we're going to 2-0 someone now. Don't know why. Dude, I kept a hand with 2 fatal pushes. This is like when we played Nahiri Boom the other week, and I just like cruised to a 5-0 and was like, do you ever just feel like you got the good variance playing the wrong deck? It's like, dude, I've been playing like decks that I really love repeatedly, and like we just get shafted when we're 3-0, or you know, or even before that, just don't even get close. And then occasionally you play a deck and you're like, yeah, this looks like fun, and just cruise to a 5-0, and it's like, all right, I guess. You sticking in here? I'm happy to attack you. Good. Good. Opponent knows when they're beaten. Well, they don't, but whatever. All right. 1 Cleansing Wildfire set, please. The Dominator. All right. I don't think Aether Gust is a good card to board in, but it's a card we can board in because our sideboard against Greentron is pretty lackluster. I suppose I could bring in Dispel for their Veils that they might use on my Remands, but let's just mull to Remands, Cleansing Wildfires, and Prismari Commands that set us up for quick kills. That's the whole plan. All right, folks? Let's do it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go! Push kills Ballista. I mean, it does. Lightning Bolt will do that most of the time, too. And Prismari Command can do it as well. I think Aether Gust for Sylvan Scrying, Thragtusk, and Ancient Stirrings I like slightly more. I could be convinced that I'm supposed to keep Push. Or even Terminate. Because if they attack with a Worm Coil and I Terminate, and then on the next turn I can attack with an Emrakul. Yeah, I'm not keeping this hand. They keep their 7. This is the hand I'm keeping. Yep, 10 out of 10. All right. What do you got? What's the haymaker? Big Karn Daddy? No, take him back. No. Bad opponent. Put the Karn down. Put him down. Whee! Mine was their last get. Karn plus Veil. Boing. Nope. No Veil. Ancient Stirrings. Power plant. Okay. So if I kill the mine, they should be off Tron. That's assuming I find a Cleansing Wildfire. Damn. I need to find Remand or Cleansing Wildfire. Right meow. And the best way to do that is fetch for a Dwarven Mine. And then opt. Nope. That gets me an Emrakul next turn, but they can just exile it. Damn it. Although if they minus their Karn, I can bolt it. And then Indomitable. Shit, I should have kept the... I should have kept the Indomitable. Rats. All right. Maybe we'll be okay. Probably not, but maybe. Maybe they'll plus their Karn. Shouldn't, but maybe they will. Maybe they'll play something that isn't Karn. We're not dead to the Karn, that's for sure. Lightning Bolt will clean him up lickety-split. Splickety-lit. Bit-a-blit-blit. Pre-combat, quote unquote, Ancient Stirrings. What do you got? I know they have another power plant, so they have access to 9 mana already. Possibly looking for a different payoff, although I can't imagine what they're looking for. Maybe they want an O-Stone for insurance, which I don't. They got a second Karn liberated. Okay. Well, yep, they're going to be able to use the first one liberally. Resolves. And the question is, they go after the dwarf? No, they're going to go after land, right? Yeah. Bolt. Okay. Cleansing Wildfire or Remand or Prismari Command. These are all the things that get us where we're going. Another Breach. Not, that's not any of the things I wanted. I screwed this game up. Kind of. Kind of. Maybe the creativity wasn't going to work anyway. I think it wasn't. But we'll see. Come on, deck. We just need one of those good cards. Although they're about to get Karn into play, so maybe it's not going to matter. Holy crap. They, yeah. They've almost got Doubletron. No, they have Doubletron. They have another power plant in their hand. Oh my god. Sure. Uh-huh. Yes, and? Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've got nothing. All right. Well played. Well played. Double Remand wasn't enough. We needed the third. Going to game 3. We got this. Don't worry, folks. We got this. Or not. Who knows? Anything could happen. There it was. All right. Maybe I want Mystical Dispute over some Lightning Bolts on the play. Mana Leak still Mana Leak. Is it likely to be good? No. Is it going to be better than Lightning Bolt? Possibly. Very possibly. Also probably better than Aether Gust, but I don't know. It's fine. It's all fine. It's mostly a wash compared to putting together a combo and just killing them with it. And I think the green Indomitable Creativity / Through the Breach decks that I've played so far have an advantage in this kind of matchup. Having the acceleration on 2 is a big deal. Not that you're necessarily going to have it every game, but when you do, it's very, very good. That's not really the hand I want. There we go. Wow, this is fire, right? Yeah, this is like basically perfect. Yikers. Kind of feel bad for the opponent on this one. Not actually, though, because they registered Tron. Never feel bad for your Tron opponents, people. I'm kidding. Tron players are people, too. Just not people like you and me. They're different. Interesting. Spaghetti, you showed up in my hand, friend. How you doing? You looking good? Little creepy spatial hands, you know, doing their creepy spatial hand things. You know, living your life, being you, doing that you thing. It's like, I can put an Emrakul into play next turn, but I can't defend it in any way. I think I'm supposed to go Prismari Command, draw, rummage, or loot and make a treasure. And then just sort of see where that takes me. Obviously, if I find Breach, it's a lot simpler. Nope. Like, the concern is if they just have a Karn. We just get slaughtered. Could have Mystical Dispute and Opt for next turn. But that involves discarding both creativities. I don't know. I took them off one Tron land, so maybe they're going to spend their next turn trying to put Tron together still. Which means they should get taxed enough mana that they're not going to be able to play a Karn, but they've got 2 redraws. So essentially they have a 7-card hand with which to get to their next Tron land. If it costs them 2 mana, they'll have 5, which is not good enough to remove an Emrakul. So I think we're just supposed to commit. I do end up with one mana afterwards if I go this way. So make a dwarf, jam the creativity, pray it's good enough. And if it isn't, and they exile my Emrakul, we do have an opt to try to find something else. So this is where we're at. Maybe they'll have Dismember here and I won't have to worry about it. Nope. All right. Good luck, Godspeed, opponent. What? Why? Why are you doing that? Why would you do that? Oh. Karn. But that didn't make any sense. What? Why would... Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. Doesn't matter. Yep. Breach? Breach? No. They go after my hand. They get a second Emrakul under their Karn, which is kind of funny. Don't let Tron be the first loss of this league. Come on, baby. You can take me home here. You can do it. Do they have another one? Please, no. No! Ah! Double Karn, just like last game. Alright. So now there's just no outs. I guess I could draw one of my 2 remaining lightning bolts, then draw another land, and then draw the Through the Breach. Not a great line. I think my opponent probably had fun. Well, okay. Phase 1. We've assembled phase 1. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's really not that bad, Speeve. This deck is slightly less good than a lot of the other ones I've played in terms of being able to deal with Tron. Jeez. It just is a little bit slower and just does not have the sideboard set up for Tron. The one deck that our deck is supremely set up to beat up on, we haven't found in any form, which is blue-red or red-white prowess, which is how leagues go sometimes. So, you know, it's not a thing to feel terrible about. Generally speaking, I think I like the Teamer Breach deck we played earlier, or creative Breach decks that are playing white and or green. But opponent mulls a 6. I also have to mull a 6. Yeah. No, I get it. Tron's a feel bad. Tron's like Dredge. It's just a feel bad matchup. When you don't have the cards for it, it's stupid, and even when you do have some of the cards for it, it's still kind of stupid. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Well, I mean, it's not just the fact that Tron exists, but like you have to remember that like yeah, exactly. Breach Emrakul is a feel bad deck too. So just in the way that you don't care about anything they've done up until turn 4 or 5. But that's the thing, is turn 4 or 5 are different than turn 3. Like when the Tron deck was in standard, not that that's, you know, a good comparison, but when the Tron deck was in standard, holy shit. Ugh. When the Tron deck was in standard, they were playing Tooth and Nail, which means they needed to get up to green plus the 7, and that was a big difference. Just because it required them getting all the way up to 5 lands in play. And like obviously that was standard compared to modern, so it's not really a fair comparison at all, but it is a big feel difference. That should have been blue. 100%. Yikes. I'm going to take an extra 2 damage this game, which might be a problem. We'll see. Although their mana's not as good as it normally is. Jesus. Man, the Emrakul is going to suck this game because everything's just going to come back and then kill me on the crackback. That sucks. Again, this is just another one of the situations though where we ended up on the draw on a multi 5. So I mean that's kind of a good draw because it means I take a little less damage. But I'm about to take 5. Then I put the Emrakul in. Then I take 3. Then I attack them, and then I lose. Well, I mean, there's still Amulet, but I guess Amulet is a lot more combo-y than just like being a big mana deck. God, this is so frustrating. But I mean, again, this is just a product of nope, we're on the draw, and therefore we're at a bad spot. Now I could still draw Prismari Command into Lightning Bolt or a number of things that make this into a win, but it's not looking good. They have Geralf's Messenger. I go to 1. But then I can't attack because then I... Are you... Really? That's nonsense. Just died of nonsense. Alright, we could still draw Prismari Command into Bolt. Nope. God, they're so close. That's a stupid game. That was both teams played hard. All right. Seems good. Let's go. Let's go. They're playing Mirrored and Besieged tomorrow, eh? So maybe we'll play all meme decks. We'll play the Shape a New deck, and we'll play Wurza with Mirrored and Besieged. Well, I already have what I'm playing essentially because one of them was a donation, and and then the other one was something that people have been poking at me to play, which is the Shape a New deck with Blightsteel. So, which should be a romp if nothing else. Hand's good. Hand's real good. Yep. Yep. Ooh. What? Oh, your mana's so bad. How can you do that? All right. Thanks for the follow there, Red 7. We're not going to be angry about that. Nope. Not mad. Just disappointed. I'm disappointed in myself for daring to hope. That was the mistake. Thanks for the follow there, Mekarata.
For you but my love.
I specifically said no geeks.
But my mom says I'm cool.
Get out of here. Is it on the bottom? Alright. All in on the combo. Got to go all in on the combo. One strangly boy. Ha. So I'm not sure if I'm taking the right tack with this matchup. I think that I am. I think trying to deal with their creatures with removal is just going to put me in a bad place, and I'm just supposed to go over the top and smash. Yes, I boarded in a bunch of this removal, but like I was expecting that anger to stick. I don't want a fatal push an undying creature. I can block it with the dwarf since I have the treasure in reserve, so I'm not super concerned about the Geist right now. I'm worried about the Yawgmoth that's about to come down. Hey, look, Yawgmoth. Prankle? What the flip? All right. Prankle. Okay. Oh, it could make me sack an Emrakul. Huh. That's funny. Well. Oh, my dwarf! You bastard! Oh, and they could sack their Geist. Oh, that's such a feel bad. Ugh. I was not expecting any part of that. All right, let's just top deck combo and win. I guess I should rummage plus shock the Strangle Root so they can't do that again next turn. I mean, it's not going to help me much, but... yeah, all right. I guess this is how we die. I mean, it's on me. I discarded the fatal pushes. Like, I did not have to do that. Nope, didn't have to do that. I could have kept the fatal pushes. So now I've put myself in a position where I can only top deck creativity, or I guess terminate. God, I was just not ready for this. Good lord. Yeah. I don't even need the dwarf token, friend. I got the treasure. But now I can't have cards in hand anymore. So, oh no. Wait, what? Oh, sure. Whatever. The Prankle's gonna kill me fast enough. It's not really a concern. I guess you don't want to sack your Wall of Roots, but... Yeah. Oh, they didn't have me discard. Okay. Oh, man. We're going to 1. It doesn't. Nothing matters anymore. They're just gonna. It's just over. We can't draw anything again fast enough. Oh man, that Thoughtseize on the anger was so bad. I was so not ready for that. I was not ready for the Thoughtseize out of Yawgmoth. Yeah, we weren't getting there anyway. Yeah. So I had high hopes for this build, and the first 3 matches were fantastic and very, very tight. So was the Tron matchup. The Yawgmoth deck, I mean, the performance there from our side was just felt pathetic. I guess that's how you feel against the Yawgmoth deck a lot of the time. Like, we did have multiple situations where we could have just, like, gotten our combo and killed them. And we didn't. Which... I mean, the 2 strategies that they have, the beatdown strategy with the Yawgmoth backup plan, you know, those are obviously both pretty good, and it's a well-tuned little machine. Against the broader modern field, this deck is really tricky. What did I think of Rankle? It smashed the hell out of me I completely wasn't ready for it. I can't imagine that it's good enough for Modern. But, I mean, obviously the way that you get to exploit it in that deck is really good. So I would say keep on it. Because you never know. Maybe that's going to be the new technology. I don't understand necessarily what problems that you would have in that deck that it's solving. But that I've never really played the Yawgmoth deck, so I don't actually know what things you find problematic and what matchups you feel like you need to fix. So it's entirely possible it's a great selection. And I just don't understand the deck well enough, so of course I can't give you good feedback on it. So, I mean, it kicked my butt. So, Titan mostly. Well, if it works. If it works against Titan, yeah. Although if they have an amulet, the Titan's coming in with haste, right? So, although it does kill the Dryad, but they often have little crappy creatures lying around and arboreal grazers to block it. So, I mean, it's a good. It's certainly something you can try. So 1 up to court 4. Yeah. That part I kind of figured out. Although you just natty drew it there, that was tough. I had a spot near the end of that. Well, I say the end of that game. I had a spot like 4 turns from the end of that game where I could have just hit the breach of the creativity, and we just didn't. Yeah, this was a little bit disappointing. Even though we won the first 3 matches, it didn't feel particularly strong, and in the other 2 matches, it still didn't feel particularly strong. It just felt like kind of. This deck felt a little loose, a little all over the place. Just because there's just so much creature removal, and it was like. Even against the Elementals deck, like the creature removal didn't seem right somehow. But I couldn't put my finger on why. This definitely seems like a good setup to beat the Prowess decks, but I don't. Even though we did pretty well in the first 3 matches, I just didn't feel like I was supposed to. It felt like there were supposed to be more losses in there. We just squeaked it out. But maybe I'm just reading this wrong because it was awkward to play, but not bad. Versus the Teamer deck we were playing before, that just felt like a joy. It was just like smooth sailing all the way. Well, yeah, but I mean, I had multiple spots where I would have been fine Thalia Honu, but like it just didn't come together fast enough. And like even in the first game where you had the 8 million Strangle Root Geist beatdown, your mana was super stumbly, so you didn't come out fast. So if I had a reasonable speed on putting the Emrakul into play, we would have been fine. But I couldn't find it for an extra turn or 2. I don't remember how much extra time you got there, but that's why I've been really enjoying the green versions of this deck. And like I think the 4-color Creative Breach is probably the best one that I found so far. This version that I made. Obviously the numbers aren't perfect because there's a 1 timely reinforcements in the main deck, but this kind of deck is like, this is how I feel like the quote unquote better way to play it. Time will tell if that's true, but Teferi being a split card where it's like, this isn't a great piece of removal, but just being able to tempo your opponent a little bit before you bring in the Emrakul is a big deal. Being able to plus it to bring in the Emrakul at instant speed off an instant speed creativity is nuts. So, yeah. Grixis Creative Breach, not for me, but I would like to see Umad's new build. He said he has an updated deck list. Probably mostly to do with the sideboard. And there should be some amount of discard in this deck somewhere. I think. Just because it's pretty much the best reason to be playing black is like the black removal and discard. And it's just a little bit overloaded on removal. But that was, yeah. Anywho. Quality beats from some quality players. Losing to Greentron, not the end of the world. It's just annoying that was our first loss. But we dream crushed a Dredge player, so yeah. So if you take this into a wider league, expect to hit some more bad matchups. But this deck should be pretty good against all the prowess variants plus Heliod. And we even managed to beat the elemental deck where everything they had was drawing a card. So, anywho, that is going to be it for me tonight. But if you are in the future on the YouTube, make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and check out any of my other videos that you are interested in. For everyone live here, I'm going to send you all over to somewhere. I didn't actually look it up ahead of time, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. What time are we rocking tomorrow? Would you prefer 8 or would you prefer like 11-ish? It's just over to you. I'll do 8 if you don't have a preference, just because that deck looks pretty taxing and doing the accent for the whole time is going to be a beast. You're probably going to make me hike my rate to 25 for viewer deck choice, because I was like, specifically wanted to do a deck that I thought I'd be able to play a little quicker. Eastern Standard. So it is 12:40 for me right now. We're going over to Freak. Okay. All right. Say hi to my friend Freak You Nasty, y'all. Say hi to my friend Freak You Nasty. And have a good night. Take care. Stay healthy.